Hey yo, we back like a masseuse. Nah, that's trash. Alright, welcome back to another episode of Zazise Verse of the Month. My name is Mukute Labo, and me, myself, and my iPad, we're going to be counting down the top 10 fire MC verses in Zimbabwean hip-hop for the month of February. This one's going to be crazy because this one has actually been the hardest, man. This one, listen, it's been crazy. It's been crazy, that's all I can say. So someone's feelings are going to get hurt, and someone's gonna feel left out, someone is gonna be jubilant, whatever it is. Someone is gonna be agitated by some of the decisions here. But you know what? This is what we're here for. With that being said, let's count them down. All right, starting off our top 10 list is a Big T coming through with the Shut It Down freestyle.
Yeah. I'm about to shut it down. Yeah. I'm about to shut it down.
All right, it's a first entry here for Big T. And you know what? It's a solid start. That's why he's our number 10. Great beat selection, good verse as well. You can tell the dude can rap. But I'm going to commit sort of a cardinal sin here. Something that I'm going to say now and never want to say it ever again. That's comparing Zimbabwean rappers to American rappers. And that's what I see here. I just can't shake off the Kendrick Lamar mannerisms. Now, I'm not saying he can rap at the same level. Maybe the potential is definitely there. Just definitely needs to work on some few things. A little bit of enunciation of words, a little bit of cadence fixing there. But solid start from Big T. And you know what? He was rapping really angry on this particular verse. And he does it really well. He portrays that anger on a very good instrumental. And you know what? I want to hear more and more to really give a solid thumbs up for his pen game. But other than that, I think it was really cool. And you know what? He has a cool of couple rhymes in there as well. And we really hope to see more of Big T. So keep it up, Blayo, stand up.
I might as well tend to more the corpses when the more men approve more steadily as the approaches. I'm not on your level, I'm upper echelon.
Moving on to number 9, it's Muse M. Dot with his freestyle on Dem Loot. The God Pen in the building, or at least that's what I like to call him. Muse is one of the finest lyricists in the country. This is the type of guy who would get more recognition, more love, or do tours in Germany than he would do in Zimbabwe. That's just how the scale is, okay, when it comes to hip-hop in Zimbabwe. There really is no room, well, there isn't much room for lyricism. But you know what? I feel like that's changing this year, and we'd love to see it. What I particularly love about Muse's verse on the Dem Loot challenge, it's not necessarily, you know, the bars, which is great because, you know, he really does spit, but the technique which he employs in this particular verse, how he managed to use the motive, like rapping multi-syllable rhymes at the beginning of notes of a particular instrumental and continuing throughout the whole verse. It was really impressive, and it's an elite skill that only elite rappers can do. You can go check it out on Google and you'll see more of what I'm talking about when I'm talking about motive. But great stuff from Muse, and you know what? It looks like he's back in the building, and we want to hear more and more and more.
M. Dot, they say y'all speaking is insubordination, but they know it's truth. They grind us down to the point where we no longer see the use. You see the shine, you see the suits, and the thing you seem to choose.
Coming through at number 8 is another short verse as well, but still very solid one as well. Cynic, sugar-free verse.
Yeah, I let the truth leak out the speakers. This is knowledge to the seeker. My apologies. You probably should keep up. New single be dropping before the week's up. They see him.
Short and sweet, just like the title from Cynic. I love it, but also this is a reminder why Cynic should definitely be in your top 5. And if it's not, why are you even listening to Zimbabwean hip-hop, man? But hey, another great reminder that the GOAT is still definitely rapping and is still doing his thing. And you know what? The only criticism that I have here is that this kind of feels like a lunch break verse. You know, a verse like when you have 10 minutes left of your lunch break and then you just pen a couple of rhymes, then you put it out on Instagram. That's what it feels like. But ironically, that's what kind of makes it great. Because imagine what he can do if he actually had time, you know, to sit down and give you a fully fledged song. You can always expect greatness. And I love one of the lines that he says here. He says, I used to steal it as a kid, but now I use these moments to write rhymes at my job. Kind of self-snitching. I hope your supervisor wasn't listening. But Cynic, keep it up, man, and we'd love to see you on this list. Never tire. Coming through at number 7 is Black Apollo, formerly known as Mac, with the Bars freestyle.
my craftsman. Kalisa Bantwana was a bully from a crash in. Very, very good, me feeling like my styrofoam. Mangimbona Yamvimba, that's a cow home formation.
Strong return here from Black Apollo, as I alluded to, formerly known as Mac, Music Above Cash. I think that's what it stood for before he moved from Malawi to South Africa. But he's come back again with a strong freestyle with some clean visuals as well. And he sounds abrasious, he sounds busty, he sounds so in his element, man. And we love to see it. Looks well improved from the last time I listened to him. He left such a strong impression on me back in 2012 when I went to one of his shows, and he had a great catalog of music that I went to look it up. But you know, sadly I couldn't find it. Maybe he had retired or whatever. But it's a strong freestyle on this one, and some of my favorite bars include Kalisa Bantwana was a bully from a Kreshi. Come on, man. You know what, we'll put the translation right here so you can get it if you don't speak Ndebele. Okay, but another English bar, he says, I'm a pope and a pastor give you hope and an answer, which is pretty cool. He says it cool because it's not really a deep bar, but it sounds really cool. And you know what, we love to see it from Mac, and we hope that he's back for good.
I'm a pope and a pastor, give you hope and an answer. Every bar fits it precisely. I'm Mike Tyson throwing punches to a Tyson.
Coming through at number 6, this one definitely left a great impression on me. It's Liam Leezy with 15.
People's of reverence, stealing their styles. You niggas penny that they many left. No more rap gods and no more Eminems, I'm heaven sent. And let me tell you about these menials, they rhyme about the...
Alright, man, I'm just gonna say it. This kid is amazing. I think the potential here is limitless. And you know what? If they don't tell you that he's 15, you definitely won't believe it. But again, as the freestyle goes, you can tell his age. But it was a solid verse. I mean, the kid can rhyme. He tried to trick me with using a lot of assonance and, you know, lyrical rap patterns when he starts the verse, which kind of make the old heads kind of go like, oh, this is dope. But nah, you're not fooling me. But it was still a very solid verse. And you know what? I loved all about it. I think the only criticism that I have is that sometimes I felt like he really wasn't talking to me. I mean, it goes from dissing hypothetical whack rappers, talking about them buying streams, and then says, you know, they're rapping about drugs. I'm like, who in Zimbabwe? People are broke to buy streams, bruh. But maybe it's a private school thing. I heard he goes to Peter House, so maybe that's it. But he's 15, okay? Let's bear that in mind, and when you listen to this verse, trust me, man, you're gonna be super impressed, as I was, and that's our number 6.
Excuse my language, your favorite artist probably other topic. If I'm being modest, no serious, these streams are blind, so we ain't popping on topic.
All right, this is where it gets a little bit tense. Okay, let me just put a disclaimer out there. From number 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I think I can safely say anyone could have been number 1, and probably number 1s for you as well. But let's get to it. And my number 5 for verse of the month is ASAP for his verse on Patrick Pinda. The Mambo is back, second time coming as well. I think you probably heard or saw our last video, heard that we don't like short verses, so he came with a solid one on this one. But man, ASAP, elite rapper. And you know what? If I could possibly pick one rapper to save my life with the freestyle, it would definitely be ASAP. And you know what? He came through on this particular verse as well. I think what he does really well on this particular joint is that he manages to match the tempo of the beat while still rapping at a high technical level. I counted like 3 flows in this particular song. And you know what? I loved it in his verse in particular. And I loved it. I will say not many quotables, deep metaphors and all of that. Maybe that's probably for a reason. But you know what? It was a really great and solid verse from the Mambo. Also, it seems like every time you put ASAP with Harare rappers, there's always a fire that's in him, as if his life is at risk, man. I don't know what it is, but great stuff.
ASAP is horror for days. These rappers, I kill them all. Take a look at the facts. Capital city of rap, the throne is in BYO.
All right, moving on to number 4. It's Sun with Magellas.
All these niggas really overzealous. Get the money and I split it with the fellas. I'm a goat, no Billy, no Ellish.
Formerly known as Union 5, Sun is back again in his bag, and he's rapping again. Yes. Okay, I was a little bit worried with the name change because, you know, when people change their names, you think maybe they're gonna change genres as well. But I'm glad I was wrong. I'm sure this song was recorded a couple of months back, but we only got to experience it and now on Nesh TV. Shout out to Nesh TV. But you know what? I absolutely love everything about this. And the best part as well, aside from the star power and the crazy hook, the crazy instrumental, is that he's rapping in Venek. It's like 90% of the first verse is in Venek, showing you guys that he not just raps for like North of Samora and the suburbs. He's rapping for everyone, okay? Even the hood kids, and he's showing you that he's been rapping in Venek since Hona my kids. I loved it. Please do keep it up. But man, I feel like with the level of consistency that it can bring, we're gonna be seeing more of Sun on this particular list. So yes, we love it.
Okay, ndapina like ndini iye ga flow vakunditi ishe. If you don't believe me, toraka step back and find out wangundirite.
Coming through at number 3, man. Alright, could have been a number 2, could have been a number 1. And you know what, between him and the number 2, it could have been anyone, but it's Good Intentions with Lovely.
But you can come too though. Witness me Uwe, all these pandas with the kung fu flow. Call me young judo. I'm trying to get that judo so I can buy you Nouveau and give me that Evoke Blue.
Everybody knows nothing brings me more joy than finding out new rappers. Okay, maybe not everyone, just my producer and I. We love finding out about new rappers, man. And yes, I'm glad we found out about this guy because he sent through his verse and we're glad we checked it out because yo, I'm gonna play the role of Captain Obvious here, but this dude is a really good rapper and the beat choice is impeccable. I mean, he puts on some Asian strings on there, man, and it's absolutely flawless with it. The way he enters and finishes on a strong. Some of the bars on this are crazy. Dude says, witness me Ugwe, all these pandas with the kung fu flow. Come on, man, this dude's ain't writing, man. You guys ain't writing, man. That was crazy. He even goes on to say, call me a young judo. I'm trying to get that judo. Because, you know, Jews have, man, come on. We're gonna put subtitles. Because guys are not gonna appreciate it. He even goes on to say, so I can buy you Nouveau and get that Evoque new. I didn't even know about a Range Rover Evoque. Yeah, because I use Zupco, of course. I don't know about it. But that's why it'll go over your head. But it was crazy and I love it because it just sounds effortless and really cool. So I love all about that, the artistry of rap, and I am standing because Good Intentions, you have a fan in me.
I'm spitting from a diaphragm, so suck up a diaphragm.
I'm spitting from a diaphragm, so suck up a diaphragm. Yes, new fan, Good Intentions fan. Certainly no Good Intentions on that verse because absolutely killed it and killed everybody else who wanted to compete, right? Ah man, great stuff. All right, let's move on. And here again said could have been number 3, could have been number 2, could have been number 1. One of my favorites out there right now, the guy who's kinda good. Well, he says he's kinda good, but he's fantastic. It's MV Pani with this song Loot.
I get money, but I don't let it get to me. Not playing funny cause I wear a striped shirt when I work, that's referee.
Very underrated bilingual Jay-Z, or at least that's what he likes to call himself. And yo, man, this dude is crazy. You know what? We actually got this verse submission like later after we had like 8. So we thought, you know what, maybe it's gonna fit in number 10, 9, until we played it like 7 times. We're like, yo, yo, MV Pani, man, man, this dude is crazy. And you know what? It seems like, because the beat of the song, I love it. And the way he enters that track, like he introduces himself, the way he sets the tone, you can already tell who owns the track. And I've said, I really didn't think this song needed a feature. I'm sorry, Boy Mac, but it is what it is. Maybe just the hook. But like the verse, whew, amazing. And what I love about this particular verse as well is that when he raps, he doesn't assume that you know he's great or he's one of the best. Like already, like the bars that he gives you, he sets up a story and stays consistent with it as well. Like you get a theme, okay, this is what we are talking about. Either I'm talking about me and my, you know, evolution as an artist, and you see all of that, every bar like connects and it makes sense at the end of it all. And I love it. I think what really makes him stand out is maybe his voice. Maybe that's why he calls himself the bilingual Jay-Z. You kick a little bit of some Jay-Z tone in there, but also it's the mid-verse cadence switches. Like he manages to make a bop out of like a particular cadence that he goes with, and you see it when you listen to this particular verse. I mean, last time on Muriko Ere, it was the whole don't know where I'm headed, hopefully it's heaven, that whole thing on the second verse. But this one is the whole hapana hukasha, don't want smoke but hukasha, isaza maya munyaba, the whole thing. It sounds cool. You're like, man, is this Shona? Because it sounds great. It sounds great, and we love it. And you know what? He really bumped it up. I think last time he was on number 4, and now he's on number 2, and well deserved as well. MVP, you're the real MVP, and we love it.
Yo, Meg, when I I don't like smoke, but no kukasha. Open up the pot, no kukasha. I don't do drugs, but shoot my shot.
Before we get into number 1, like we said, this was a very hard list, probably our hardest till date. But you know what? This is what makes this job amazing. So with that being said, before we get to numero 1, here are some honorable mentions.
You talk, no sense, no facts, all lies. And you wonder why I ain't got no eyes on you, why ain't got no money on you. You talk, no sense, no.
I'm born free, I'm broke as hell, and I got that hope. Well, it's hard to tell, cause a 20-something depressed in a teenage. Gogo wangu ndakuza kupakopo wangu kumesovika kwa zimba. Bobo wangu Petro pinda hapa, Petro pinda hapa.
No grace, nay, cause if I fight this grace, in my life, man, how's in fire every morning when I wake.
Iza holy para repeat with you fucking Jujina. Just some singer chef and the big kid in my gandangandism jiba. Esu jiva and dizim ucheka zafa. Tisu madara ififa.
It's the big one, it's number 1, and we don't have it. Now I'm kidding. I'm gonna die on this hill. Our number 1 verse of the month is Jungle Loco on Petru Pinda.
It is what it is, my gents. It is what it is, never cease to please my streets to the pins of my sins.
First things first, I want to apologize to Jungle Loco. I was one of those people who thought that your album didn't deserve album of the year. Yes, I'm sorry. Now that is out of the way, let me tell you why this verse is number 1. Like I've said before, this show is about celebrating the art of rap. We celebrate bars, we celebrate lyricism. And you know what? That's exactly what Jungle Loco shows here. And man, like, listen, you can make a case for any verse for the song, from either from Black Pearl, from Jeezy, from Noble Styles, from ASAP, to be higher up the list. But I feel like Jungle Loco's verse was the most lyrical. It's also consistent with how he was showing lyricism, because this was a song to show lyricism, and he showed it. That, yeah, this is the year of lyricists. Out of Masringo, I don't know what you think of Masringo people, but yo, dude, this was crazy. There was some hood slang as well. It doesn't really throw you off, like, to know what exactly he's talking about, but you know what he's talking about. He says, yeah, that was me. I was one of those people who didn't believe the album was that good, but it was that good after like a 3rd listen. So yes, I apologize for that. But that's not only it, because it goes on to say, you know what, I'm not paying no mind to that. You know, I'm never selling myself short like a midget hooker. Like, who says that, man? Who gets the guts to say that? But he does, and he goes on to this whole building scheme. This dude goes on to talking about everybody stays and akura steps elevator, from switching floors to story building, atrico penetrator. Let me tell you what's great about that scheme. Not only is he saying from switching floors, he actually switches floors, like when you're switching floors in a building. It then talks about, story building, and he actually gets into a story. Like the consistent thematic rap, either I'm reaching or he's really that great.
But I won't get involved, selling myself short in the midget hooker. Everybody stays and doctors my steps like elevator. From switching floors to story building, attract penetrator. I believe bro is taking over, free apparels, heavy club and jute. No MDC but cannot cheat them check out we are tikupe.
The dude goes on to say, Upper Little Bro is taking over, free apparels and jute. No MDC cannot cheat them check out we are tikupe. Because T-Coupe, we are putting subtitles. That's all I can say, man. Because it's a double entendre. I mean, he's saying we can come give you clothes because, you know, they're selling clothes or whatever. But also, like, if you want to fight, we can come through and we'll slap you. I even think there's a triple entendre on this, but you guys will think I'm hated or I'm reaching or like I'm standing or whatever. Yes, I am standing, but we're just gonna leave it there. Django Loco, man, crazy. Even the way he closes off, it's like a special class. Ah, man, that just killed it for me, man. And you know what? He went last because that's how you close off a verse. Kind of like in a 4x1 relay. When you give Usain Bolt to finish, that's the guy you want. That's the guy you want. And you know what? More quotables than this, and I absolutely love it. With that being said, let us know in the comments what you think about this top 10. If you think you have one which is better, do let us know right now. Don't forget to leave a like. Do subscribe to the channel. Big shout out to you guys. We cracked 500 subscribers, so we really do appreciate it. So don't forget to leave a like, set up the notification bell, and drop a comment there. If you enjoyed the list, if you have yours which you think is better, who did you think deserved number 1? Let us know. And do remember, as always, to tweet us at Zazise Media. Post wherever you are. At Instagram, we are at Zazise. We are also there, so just get in touch with us. And we also love to see more of your submissions. Hashtag Zazise VOTM. That being said, I've been Mugzem Lambo. Catch you again next month.